LEMOY's prior match. Manly did ban the Hog Rider, and LEMOY banned the Expo.
Love to play against Hog Cycle all day.
Yeah. So, and LEMOY loves Hog Rider on ladder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Devansh made a good ban there. We're going to see a pump come out. LEMOY bringing out Goblin Hut. So we'll see, is this Goblin Hut, Barbarian Hut? Well, can't be the Expo deck, right? So I would assume that this is going to be the P.E.K.K.A. Goblin Hut deck that we saw out of Lupanji yesterday, our European champion.
Yeah, who actually came from the losers bracket, or the lower bracket. So just because you go down to the lower bracket doesn't mean you're out.
Yeah, don't scoop it up yet, buddy. He's our first lower bracket champion ever in Crown Championship play. So
yeah, this is a Three Musketeer deck coming from Devansh.
I'm glad that he's playing what he knows. Good defensive poison there is not only going to take out the minion horde, but severely weaken the Barbarians. Does take quite a bit of damage there on his left side tower, but he saved about 5 elixir in that exchange. So he's going to take that 5 elixir, invest it in a second Goblin Hut, while Devansh is looking to pump up further.
Yeah, and Miner's going to go onto the pump to try to take down some of its health. Miner goes onto the Goblin Hut in the back. Devansh trying to take down as much trickle damage as he can from LEMOY.
Oh wow, so triple spell here in LEMOY's deck. Firearms, poison, log, and zap. Pretty good against all of the little swarm troops you're going to see in Devansh's deck, whether it's Goblin Gang or Minion Horde. Having these extra spells is really, really going to help. Miner, though, is got a little bit, I think the Miner in LEMOY's deck is going to be a little more valuable. Hitting Elixir Collector really good. Elixir Collector low health, can't defend itself. Meanwhile, Goblin Hut significantly more health, and it produces goblins that just defend itself regardless of what other troops you decide to play.
Yeah, so LEMOY's going to opt to poison onto the pump here, which might give Devansh the green light to Three Musketeer down in the back. Yeah,
I would say that poison, I mean, yeah, you want to stop those Elixir Collectors from taking out, but there are so many things you can punish that with it. You might see Minion Horde come out soon. Ooh, okay. Electro Wizard's going to keep that bandit, the battle ramp, from doing too much.
Yeah, here comes the E-Wiz now. LEMOY does not have the poison. Yeah, Zap's going to go down, and this is going to be a tower on the left-hand side.
That's exactly what good Three Musketeers players are trying to do. They need you to bait out your big spell, whether poison, fireball, lightning, rocket. They need you to cast it early. And if you do it on something like the Elixir Collector, you're going to be in a bit of trouble. So poison's coming down here, only hitting one of the Musketeers, and furthermore, it takes a long time. So look how many shots they're getting off before that even happens.
Yeah, that P.E.K.K.A. just got melted by the Musketeers, and this is going to be a decent-sized push on the right-hand side. That Musketeer is going to be tanking for the battle ram. Minion Horde goes down onto the Mega Minion, and E-Wiz. Barbarians are going to clean this up, and that's a 2-crown victory for Devansh.
A dominant game 1 for Devansh, our number 2 seed with favorable seeding. Didn't have to play in the first round. This is his first appearance today, and he is looking very scary. LEMOY's deck, the Lupanji Goblin Hut P.E.K.K.A. deck from yesterday, I mean, P.E.K.K.A. and Poison does give you some tools to fight Three Musketeers. Matchup with my best deck is better than playing a good matchup with my second best deck. Then he might just stick with it until he loses. For LEMOY, that does give you a little bit of a hint to be like, all right, I need to play like P.E.K.K.A., Mega Knight, something like that. And once again, we're seeing an early poison, which if it is Three Musketeers, which I think it is, that's going to just allow him to start splitting Three Musketeers as soon as like now.
Yeah, he could definitely do that. No, he's going to drop P.E.K.K.A. This might be P.E.K.K.A. Three Musketeers.
He did qualify for this season with it, but now good job by LEMOY putting the Golem down in the opposite lane.
Yeah, when you have P.E.K.K.A., I feel like you never want to play it too early just in case your opponent has a tank. So you don't really want to play the Golem until it's revealed, but Three Musketeers are going to come down in the left-hand lane here.
Let's see if LEMOY has, he has the poison, but it's already out of cycle. He needs to play one more card to get it back. So I don't think he's going to be able to poison these Musketeers, and they're just going to rattle off shots and probably kill this Golem before it hits the tower.
Yeah, death damage actually deals quite a bit of damage to the Muskies. Zap, double zap there from each player. That Night Witch is locked onto the tower, and that's going to bring it down pretty low.
Yeah, actually, I think that went really well for LEMOY. I mean, I thought those Three Musketeers were going to do a little too much damage, but once they all got knocked back, the Golem Night Witch did some serious work. On the right lane, I thought that P.E.K.K.A. would be distracted, but as we mentioned before, like just how Golem decks don't have really good answers to Hog Rider, there wasn't any real ground distraction troops in the deck to deal with the P.E.K.K.A. The P.E.K.K.A. just walked up to the tower and just took 2 swings on it.
Yeah, LEMOY has 3 spells here again. Lumberjack comes down to defend, and that's going to take care of the Miner, keep that pump pretty healthy. Meanwhile, the Goblins got in some stab damage on the right-hand side.
LEMOY's interesting Golem deck here. Triple spell with a pump. So it's very possible that he has hands sometimes that are a little bit bad on defense, you know, like just like 3 spells and a pump is not what you necessarily want in hand against a lot of sort of bigger, tankier pushes. But we'll see. This time P.E.K.K.A.'s in the same lane, both decks running pump. I expect Three Musketeers to come down right in the middle, and we'll see the poison come down pretty shortly after.
Yeah, the Three Musketeers right at the bridge. They're all kind of clumped together.
Oh,
Beautiful
great
poison. It's going to take care of the minions. Arrows come in as well to clean up the Musketeers faster. Golem does get a couple death damage hits on the tower. Nothing too crazy. An aggressive Golem at the bridge here for LEMOY.
I don't know how I feel about the aggressive Golem, but the Bats and Mega Minions start to loosen it up. Lumberjack comes in to intercept. The minions are going to finish it off and start their own counterattack. Because the big action is on complete opposite sides of the board, it's kind of a base race, but they can't commit elixir heads up into each other, right? Any elixir you decide to spend on offense in the corner is something that you're not defending your own tower with. And here we are at 447 on the bottom left, 604 in the top right.
Yeah, arrows go down just onto the tower. LEMOY trying to get some chip damage in on there to try to speed up the process of taking down that right-hand tower. Mega Minion comes down defensively. Zap goes down onto the Goblins and the Minions. Miner's going to come in here, and Night Witch goes at the Musketeer. This Miner's going to do a lot of damage to the tower.
This is always the danger of Three Musketeers too. Look at that top left tower. Because they split and you are trying to ignore them sometimes, you get into these situations where your opposite side lane, even though it looks safe, ends up getting killed. The aggressive Three Musketeers at the river are going to take this game. Wow, great play there by Devansh. He saw the poison come down. He knew the poison was